C1 was launched as the cheapest phone from Realme. This Realme company actually was launched in May, and at a span of a few months, they have launched four phones. So Realme C1 is their cheapest phone in terms of price. So it was offering a lot, like it was as having the same specs as Realme 2 Pro, but it was priced much below at 6,999 at the time of the launch. Right now, the phone is priced at 7,500. But even at this price point, this phone actually looks really good. I mean, it has a Snapdragon 450, dual camera, a good looking design, and everything. So let's check in detail how good this phone is for this price. So in terms of design, Realme C1 actually kind of looked like the Realme 2 Pro and everything, but it is not a bad thing to say because Realme 2 Pro was a decent looking device. Even though it is not glass built, it is kind of look like glass and it kind of looks cool. But at this price point, I mean, it has no competition for the design. Really looks good. It does not feel that solid or it does not feel that premium like a glass phone, but at this price point nobody is offering glass. So it has 3.5 headphone jack using the old micro USB port. Then there is dual camera and it does not have a fingerprint sensor. That is the biggest con of this phone, but it does have a decent face unlock. It works fast at the daytime, but at night it does not work properly. So that's it for the design of the phone. In terms of display, it's a very decent display. It is having 6.2-inch HD plus display. It's one of the best display at this price point. It does have a notch, but it has a good screen to body ratio. It is really good for watching videos. It is pretty saturated. I mean, they tuned it that way, but I think it's a good idea because it has HD plus, so there will be some if you pixel flip, there will be some pixels because when you read text and everything. But for video watching and everything, it's really good. It is pretty reflective. There is no doubt about that. So it is not really good for outdoor use. I mean, sunlight legibility is not really good. I didn't feel that. But for the price, it is a top-notch display. And about the software, ColorOS is one of the worst software I have ever used. I have never liked ColorOS, and it comes with Android 8.1 and a Snapdragon 450, 2 GB RAM, 16 GB internal, and Android Security Plus November. I didn't don't like the UI of Realme very well, so hopefully they can get make it better in the near future. So in terms of performance, it comes with Snapdragon 440 as mentioned. This is the Antutu benchmark score of the same. So we can actually see the details from the Antutu itself, that is I mentioned before. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 450, 720p display, 13 MP rear camera, RAM is 2 GB, system storage is 16 GB, and available is 8.87 right now. And it has 8 cores obviously, and also Adreno 506 at GPU. It's a decent phone. I mean, it is not actually decent. I have to say it is pretty good at this price point in terms of performance. I will be putting a sample to test out how good it performs in gaming, and also you can also see how good the speaker performs eh, or speaker performance of the phone. So I feel it performed really good when I was playing this game. So because it has only 720p display, there is less pixel to push. I think it really allows Snapdragon 450 to perform really well. speaker sound is okay, okay, but the performance for the price is really, really top notch. Now coming to the best part of this phone, that is a battery backup. I really, really love this battery backup of the phone. It has 4230 mAh battery. It's a huge battery and it performs right like the battery it offers. The problem with the Oppo's ColorOS is that it does not allow you to give screen on time. But if you ask me, I put a GSAM camera, sorry, GSAM battery checker app, and I feel it was getting around 8 hours of screen on time when I was using the phone, or 8 hours plus. Sorry, I was pushing the phone really hard because I want to know how good the battery will perform. So you can see here the GSAM battery details. When it was 15%, it was already having 4 hours plus screen on time. The charging speed of Realme C1 is really, really poor. I don't remember how long it took, maybe around 4 hours, around 3.5 hours to 4 hours, because it is given a very, very slow charger. So So the camera is let me tell me the details of the camera first. It comes with a 13 MP f 2.2 aperture camera with a 2 MP depth sensor on the back and a 5 MP f 2.4 camera on the front. It uses screen as a screen flash when you are taking the selfies. So that is that, and I will be explaining the camera. I like Oppo's camera app, there is no question about it. It looks very polished, unlike the Asus phone's camera app that is on the Zenfone's, the recent Zenfone Max Pro series and the Max M1, etc. I really don't like that camera, but this Oppo's ColorOS app actually looks good. Only difference between the Realme 2 Pro and this Realme 7 camera app is that it does not have a professional mode or the Pro mode. So that is there. And friend, there is a lot of offers, like you can even see when I am going through this app, you can say that there is a panorama, a sticker, a photo, video, and lot of options. And there is a AI beauty mode, which I don't know, it really looks me like bad, like a toy. There's a standard square and a full screen. I don't know that you cannot change the ratio. I mean, not ratio. You cannot change the resolution of the photos. That is the depth mode enabling mode. There is HDR. I will put it on the auto. And there is the screen flash, as I mentioned earlier. And let's go to the rear camera. You can see again standard square and full resolution is on. Then there is the you know uh, self timer to take pictures, in the HDR mode, and there is a dual flash. So you can see there is a portrait mode for rear camera as mentioned. You can see how it works decently. I'm not going to complain for a 7500 phone not for getting cut out or anything like that. And there is this video mode. It can record up to 1080p on the back and also on the front. Also it supports 1080p and 720p resolution video recording. What I will do is I will put some samples. So for me the camera was pretty decent. It took some decent pictures for the price, especially in the daylight. Macro shots also looks good. Colors are little bad and the HDR mode does not always work properly. Sometimes it works decently. Detailing is okay for the price. The portrait mode also I feel it was pretty decent in finding the subject, but the detailing was lacking, really lacking. And also the low light was very poor, I have to say. There is nothing you can even see when there is a little bit of lights. And the front camera is also pretty decent for the price at the daytime. HDR does not work properly. The selfie portrait also is decent for the price. I mean 7500 is doing a pretty good job. Low light it is trash. So
Hi guys, this is the rear camera sample of Realme C1.
The video it is decent. It does not have any resolution. Its focusing is pretty good, if you ask me. Uh, See, it's not the fastest, but it is good. For the price, I think the video quality is pretty good on the rear camera.
Hi guys, this is the front camera sample of Realme C1.
The front camera is also not bad in terms of video recording at the daytime. Sound is okayish, but as I said, for the price, it's really good. A low light and night is really poor. There's nothing you could see even properly.
Hi, this is the rear camera sample of Realme C1 at low light.
Mind you, there are street light, but it does not pick up any light.
This is the front camera sample of Realme C1 at low light.
So, to conclude, Realme C1 at this price point, this is the best phone available. So, for 8,000 or at 7,500, you will be able to get a phone with the best looking design at this price point, best performing phone with a Snapdragon 450, and its display is pretty decent for the price, and camera is also, it's a so-so camera, but for the price it is a pretty good camera. So as an all-round package, and it has a great battery life, sorry, so as an all-round package you cannot get a better phone than Realme C1 at this price point. So this should be your first pick when you consider a phone under 9,000 8,000 rupees. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.